She can tell you what she wore the first night of our date, but she can't tell me what happened with my brother. I've lived 12 years of this, so I mean, it's time to close the book.
I want a new life. I am emotionally and physically beat up.
And then she wonders why every Friday night when we get home there would be an argument.
It's an onion. Layer after layer after layer of stuff going on here.
I need to feel wanted.
I don't know one man that would have stayed with this woman. Not one.
I'm a forensic psychophysiologist. Psycho meaning mind, physiology meaning body. I study how does your mind affect your body. I'm an independent seeker of the truth. Your lie will affect you. Your lie will affect those you love. You can't run from the truth. I'm Ken Donaldson, the lie detective.
How many children do you have?
4.
We've got 4 as well.
What are the ages of your children?
19, 14, 7, and 4.
Wow. So you guys are awfully busy. This is Ken Donaldson with ITR Polygraph.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, Ken.
Sorry, there's some construction going on at my office, so this is the best we could do. It's really loud.
I'm here to see Ken and Leslie to get some closure on events that happened concerning my wife and my brother.
For this interview phase, I'm just going to have Leslie sit in and take some notes, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me why you're here.
There's a chance that I may have slept with brother. I don't remember it. I did say that I did, and then I took it back.
Okay, when did this event take place?
About 12 years ago.
It was an ongoing 3-year event that I finally caught on to, and I had taped a telephone conversation between them, which brought it all to a head. I called her at work, told her I have it all on tape, and I would say 5 minutes after I hung up with her, he's at the door. He tried to come in to explain to me. I stopped him at the door and I told him that if he was to proceed through, he wasn't going to live. I played the tape for her, and that's when she confessed all.
What was the confession?
That yes, it did happen many times. She gave me places, our house, his house. And then the next morning I made her phone him and tell him it was done. And it was like her world ended. She shed more tears the next morning telling him goodbye than she did confessing to me the night before. And then she recanted everything.
So, what happened?
That's pretty much what happened.
So you were having a sexual relationship with your brother-in-law?
No, I was having an emotional relationship with my brother-in-law.
You said to me, I may have slept with him?
I've been told that I've slept with him for 12 years. I don't remember sleeping with him. I don't remember any physical, any sexual, nothing. The night of the whole tape, he messaged saying that he hit me and threatened to throw me down the stairs. So I'm kind of scared of him now. The way I have to look at it.
You missed
Yes, I have hit you, and I will not deny that.
repeatedly, honey. Repeatedly. After my brother, we went out, we specifically got a cell phone. And I said, I'm going to know where you are at all times. This is what I need for my own sense of security. That lasted 1 week. She came in through the cell phone and he said, I am not doing this.
Every minute in the morning, all night long till 4:30 in the morning. Phone calls all day long. No reprieve at all. It's constant fighting.
Why is that?
Because I'm a whore.
No, why is that? Because I caught you again.
Okay, what are you talking about here?
I caught her again.
In a relationship with somebody
Yes.
else?
An emotional
Again.
Relationship with my dart captain. I wanted to play darts. I wanted a friend.
Every Friday, I would specifically ask her, when we go in there for her to play darts, keep your goddamn hands off of him. She would not even have her coat off before she's in this guy's arm in front of me.
I was a wife. I couldn't put out. So to fix things, I had a hysterectomy. I was dropped off at the hospital door. There you go have it. Well, he went to his girlfriend. I'm respecting the fact that he doesn't like hospitals and he's not coming to see me. But the reality was he was with her.
Have I come completely clean, 100% with you?
Mm-hmm.
Have you given me that?
No, so everything is okay.
I did
Go
not
sleep
say,
around
I did not
as
say
long
it was
as you're
okay.
going to say it.
I did not say it was okay.
Right.
Never have I said it was okay. The one time that I did was strictly because I truly thought our marriage was over, and I truly thought that the woman that I was with at the time was going to be the one that I was going to move forward with. I don't know one man that would have stayed with this woman. Not one.
Are you using that to justify your own indiscretions?
No, not at all. I told her, my fault, my decision, I chose to do it. I have never, ever, ever gotten that for my brother or for Kirk.
Who's Kirk? Darts?
Darts. I do understand why he would be suspicious. I'm not going to deny him that at all.
Well, there's no trust. That's your biggest issue right now.
Absolutely not.
There's no trust and there's no good communication. None whatsoever. You can sit and argue and you can yell and you can go in circles for 3 hours, but absolutely nothing has been settled or said.
Just from the brief time I've talked to you guys, I can tell you got self-esteem issues.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, and that's not a derogatory thing, okay?
I don't have self-esteem issues. I don't have any self-esteem. Repeatedly told that I wasn't wanted. My mom tells me the only reason she adopted me was because my dad wanted a little girl. So he has to go and die on me in kindergarten. Every other man in my life that has cared about me died. The one that I have left doesn't want me. What am I gonna do?
This is what I get. This is why there can be no resolve with her, because God, please, don't pin what you're feeling on me. I am still here trying to make this work. And I know you don't think it's a big deal that I'm still here. That's why I finally told you the other day, I'm not chasing you anymore. You either want to be a part of this or not. If you want to leave, the door is open. I will not come after you. I will not. Because I cannot live like this any longer.
You need to give me the chance to open up. You have no clue who I am or what I am because I have not been able to come to you.
You have not been able to, honey. You have chosen not to. This is the part you're missing.
Is this test really about her relationship with Brian? Is that what's ultimately important to you guys here?
Yep.
Relationship with your brother?
Yeah.
I want to know if I did sleep with him.
Well, you do know. If you had sex...
So why can't I remember it?
I don't know. Well, if you had a sexual relationship with him, I'm sure you would remember it.
I'm a victim waiting to happen. I was gang raped by 5 guys for 8 hours. I was 16. As a stupid teenager, taking it down, downing a bottle of rye. That was my own stupidity. And nobody believed me.
Do you need to take a break? Would you like to go have a cigarette or something?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a tough one. It's an onion. Layer after layer after layer of stuff going on here.
You being gang raped has no bearing on you and Brian. None whatsoever. And if it does, please explain that to me.
Because I was trying to explain who I am and where I am and why happens. And why Brian
Hey,
happens. No, it doesn't matter. It's just been, you know what, I have no feelings. I don't think anything. The question.
Okay, good enough. Feelings again. Let's go feelings. Let's go get all your feelings on the table some more. Come on. How much more are you gonna embarrass the hell out of me?
What do you want me to say? Today, tomorrow, next month? Because everything I do is a embarrassment. God forbid if I try to make anything better, I'm just
That was
embarrassing
making things
you.
better? How was that making better?
Trying to get everything out so that the questions could be asked.
The questions pertain to Brian.
Why didn't you just say all that my brother question answered?
That's
Doesn't
what I
matter
said.
what she is.
That's what I said. Okay, are you gonna go in and relate this conversation too?
Nope.
because I will get up and I will walk out. So we're crystal clear.
You want to find out, did she have a sexual relationship with your brother, period. Because this particular test, I have room for 3 relevant questions. Did she lie to me about sexual relationship with Brian? Period. I was going to ask, did she lie to me about sex with Brian more than one time?
No.
The third question you want me to ask her, has she had sexual contact with anybody other than you? But if it's Brian, she's going to fail the test on that, right? If I say, have you had sexual contact with anybody other than, let's say we put in your wedding date. And if I find out she's already having sex with Brian, if there's anybody else, that question isn't going to work. So let me think about that. We'll put it in there, other than Brian. Have you had sexual contact with anybody other than? She admitted to her husband that it had happened one time. He believes it happened more than one time. His brother has told his mother, it happened. It was going on. So let's ask her the question. Did she have a sexual relationship with him? Was it more than one time? Is there anything else about your relationship with Brian that you want to tell me about before we start?
No.
Look a little shaky. What's going on?
I'm freezing.
Are you? Just cold? Hey, I'm just going to ask you to leave the room so that I can conduct the test. Leslie, you as well will have to go.
Honestly, Ken, I think these answers are so he can leave me. Honest to God, I thought I should have had a bag packed in the back of the truck today.
He's admitted to having extramarital affairs. So if it's okay for him to have an indiscretion and say he's sorry and move on, if you ever did, wouldn't you be allowed given the same grace?
No.
It's not a two-way street.
No. He controls me. I'm under his thumb. I'm under a microscope. I walk on eggshells, but he hasn't noticed I walk with my face to the ground because I'm so scared of being bawled out for something.
Well, you know, we all have what's called free will.
He doesn't know what love is. He doesn't care. I'm just doing this for him.
Well, you know right now, before I even inflate that blood pressure cuff, you know whether you had sex with his brother.
Why can't I remember, Ken?
If you can't remember, then you're going to pass this test with flying colors.
I am petrified of doing it. I don't know what the outcome is going to be.
All right, this test is about to begin. Just remain as still as you can. Feet flat on the floor, facing forward, and answer me with a yes or a no, please. Regarding your sexual activity, do you intend to answer truthfully each question about that?
Yes.
Did you lie to me about a sexual relationship with Brian?
No.
Have you lied to me in any way since we have been talking?
No.
Other than Brian, have you had sexual contact with anyone other than since July 29, 1989?
No.
Did you lie to me about having sex with Brian more than one time?
No.
That concludes that chart. Just relax. How's your hand feel?
Stiff.
Cold?
Yeah.
Ready to do it again?
Yeah.
2 more times and you're done. Are you completely convinced that I will not ask you a question on this test that has not already been reviewed?
Yes.
Did you lie to me about a sexual relationship with Brian?
No.
Is there anything you lied to me about?
No.
Okay, that concludes that chart. Just relax. Any of those questions bother you?
No.
Okay, we just got to do it one more time. Whenever you're ready.
Ready?
Did you lie to me about a sexual relationship with Brian?
No.
Have you lied to me in any way since we have been talking?
No.
All right, that concludes this test. Just relax. I'll come take that stuff off you.
This is the point where you're going to decide whether you want me in your life or not.
I'm trying.
Honey, the step showing you're trying is... What?
See? I come down here, I do all this. Nothing I ever do is good enough.
No, I know, okay. Let's just not talk about it. You're right. It's secure. No, it's secure. It's secure. Honey,
I never said it was
you
secure.
chasing guys is wrong, okay? Get it through your head. That's the issue here.
Her reaction seems to be in her perspiration. Now, on things that seem to be the relevant questions, we're seeing large reactions in the galvanic skin response. So that's indicating that those questions are uncomfortable for her, to say the least. You guys came here looking for some truth. Is there anything you want to tell them before I go ahead?
Nope.
Nothing you want to say?
Nope.
Okay. Printed and scored her charts. She's not being truthful with you. She wasn't being truthful with me. Okay? She had a relationship with your brother, and it was more than one time. Now, I don't know the extent of other sexual relationships that she's had, but I know she's not being honest with you about it. So is there anything you want to say?
I'm sorry, honey. I honestly cannot remember it. I'm gonna get in the truck and it's gonna be 1,001 questions and I don't have an answer for them. So now this is what I'm facing. I don't know.
I can't remember. I don't know. That's all I've got for 12 years. I can't remember. I don't know.
No, he wants me to remember every juicy detail to tell him. And until that happens,
That's not the truth. It's...
I've apologized for doing it. So what is it that you need? What kind of closure do you need?
So you remember, honey? I don't see any of your apologies ever being legitimate.
And would that be enough for you? That I admit it? This shows 100% for you?
It's a start. It's a start.
It is a start.
And then work on your communication, your trust.
Have you ever considered marriage counseling?
Oh yeah, I asked.
Go to her therapy with her. Talk it out. Say, look, we've got this problem. We're going nowhere. We're stuck. Help us. These guys got 4 kids. Come on.
This whole exercise, she thinks the majority of it was for me. It's not.
He knew it the whole time. He knew she was lying to him.
I think it's incredibly volatile. I'm very nervous for them.
Phone there later.
Oh, absolutely.
And then we'll phone there again tomorrow. And just make sure everything's okay.
I don't know. I'd like to see Ken with Fling. I believe the answers. I mean, you can't deny them.
She's going to be off on her own because I mean, we've both agreed that I'm the better able of the two to look after the children, and that's the way it'll be. I'll help her through anything she needs, but day to day being married, no, I don't think that's for me anymore with this woman.
In this case, for her questions, I went with 3 relevant questions. Now, the first question I asked her was, did she directly lie to me about having a sexual relationship with her brother-in-law, Brian? She said she hadn't. I asked her, is she lying to me about that? Look at this GSR reaction here. Look at here again. Did she have a sexual relationship with Brian, her brother-in-law? She said no. She's lying. Of course she did. I also asked her, because her husband said that he felt this relationship with Brian was going on for quite a period of time. I asked her, did you lie to me about having sex with Brian more than one time?
No.
Look at this huge galvanic skin response reaction. That's huge. Again, staircase breathing going the other way. The cardio's building. Let's look here on 10. Same thing. Big GSR. Got some staircase breathing. Again, up here on this chart, she's all over the place. She's lying. She had sexual contact with Brian more than one time. Her husband also had concerns that she was having sex with other people that maybe she was around or had worked with. So I asked her, other than her husband and Brian, her brother-in-law, had she had sexual contact with anybody else since the day she married? Big GSR, we got changes in her breathing, changes in her blood volume. We're going to go up here, question 7, GSR quite big again. Let's go to the top chart. Again, very big GSR reaction, very big changes in her breathing patterns. She's being dishonest with us about question 7. Ultimately, when we look at her charts, it's very obvious to me she is lying to me about all 3 of these events. Sexual relationship with her brother-in-law. She lied to me about having sex with him more than one time. And other than her brother-in-law and her husband, she's been sexually active with somebody else.
I was hoping to hear today that she would have taken responsibility for it.
Oh, not a bit. She's still sticking that they can't remember anything.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Completely and utterly. And I found out since, actually from my brother, that there was contact after the fact, so.
Like, are you guys together now? Are you still in the same house? Like, how are you guys dealing with things?
Trying to work on it, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, she's making it extremely difficult. She says the right words, but I mean, her actions truly suck. It's like she's blaming me for actually knowing the truth if she can't remember.
Well, you know, if we can help in any other way, please know that, you know, that's what we're here for.
Awesome, I appreciate that.
All right, we'll talk later. Okay, bye.
Bye.
What have you been doing?
No, I got a hold of...
Oh yeah? How'd that go?
Well, I tried to call...
Yeah.
Couldn't get a hold of... But I did call, and I got a hold of...
Mm-hmm.
He said, oh yeah, we're still together. We're just trying to make it work. Are you happy? Miserable. She still holds the lie, says, I don't remember.
Do you know what the big problem is?
What?
That they didn't deal with it when it happened.
Exactly.
If she'd have dealt with it when it happened, it would be behind them, they'd be moving on, whatever, right? He's no saint either.
No, but you know what I think? At least he didn't need a polygraph to tell the truth. He told the truth.
I think he told some of the truth.